Quotes tab allows you to view and edit any quotes raised by the engineers in their mobile devices and allows you to raise new quotes from the job in Service Genie. Any quotes raised by engineers will be displayed here, and you can use the filter to view quotes allocated to all tasks or select a specific task. You can also use the search filters in the pop-out if needed. Any quotes raised by engineers appear in red as a draft quote. The quote is also available from the Quotations submodule in the Customer module. The action tray allows you to attach any relevant documentation and remove or edit the quote. You can also print or download the quote and approve it or reject it. Managing quotes is covered in detail in another video. You can also raise a new quote from within the job in the system. Click Raise Quotation. Most of the information is pre-populated for you based on the job and customer details. Select a primary contact from the list and change the date if required. The valid until date is set at a month by default but can be edited. Add a quote reference if needed, and then you can change cost codes and payment terms if required. Select a quote template from the list and add any work notes and internal notes. You can set a minimum job charge if needed, and this will only be used if the labour and parts that are used on the job add up to less than this figure. You can now add tasks to the quote. Add a task description and then select an item of equipment. You can leave this blank if you are quoting for just a site task with no specific equipment. Edit the fields for cost codes, dates, estimated hours and people required. Now you can add any stock parts and labour to the quote. Select parts from the list or search using the filter. Click the radio buttons to add the parts and press select. Quantity of 1 will be added for each part selected, but can be edited using the action tray. Now you can add any engineer labour to the quote. Click Add Engineer Time and select the engineer from the list. Choose the labour type for work or travel. Select the labour rate and then change the cost code if needed. Add the number of hours required and this will update the pricing for you. Click Add to add the labour. Repeat the steps to add more lines for labour and travel to the quote, and you can then raise the quote or raise it as a draft. Creating and managing quotes is covered in detail in another video.